How does one process grief? This is a question that I've been pondering lately. And in the past 2 to 3 months, I've observed a grief within me after losing some friends. And for some reason, I recall some couples that I've met in my life, and sometimes there are couples who would say something like, I wish there was this magical book that would give us a guide, a step by step on how to raise our child or how to raise our children perfectly. And I've been wondering and asking, I wish there was this magical book that would teach us step by step how to grieve in the most perfect way, how to process that grieving period. But when you look at children and couples trying to raise their children, you look at the books, and there's so many books, there's so many different perspectives, there's so many different philosophies and methods of nurturing and ways of discipline. There's so many. And so with grief, there are so many ways that people can grieve. Some ways might be unhealthy and other ways healthy. But I wanted to share that in the past 2 to 3 months, I have seen a grief in me in my life. The first was a friend who passed away about 3 months ago from cancer. And I found out by receiving the Facebook notification that she had passed away. And immediately the sadness came over me because she was so young. She was only in her early 40s, and now she's gone. And of course, all these memories started coming to my mind, our conversations. And she lived far away, so we would converse through Facebook Messenger. And so all of these memories are coming back. And not long after that, I saw again on Facebook an obituary of a friend whom I haven't spoken to in years. And this person lives on the East Coast. I hadn't spoken to her in years. And I found out she had passed away. And I don't know the cause, but all I do know is that there was a bit of regret, just a bit, because I know that I didn't do enough over the years to reconnect with this person. I tried a little bit in the beginning many years ago, and we did connect very little, but then I didn't keep the ball rolling, and I know I could have. This person was elderly, and immediately all of these memories started flooding back from that time when I was on the East Coast with this person, how we would talk about family, and I would be with her family. We would go and have great conversations. We would pray together. We would dine together. And there was a sadness that this person is gone. And now I can't reconnect with this person. I can't say goodbye. The third person who passed, or the third grief that I observed was for a friend who passed away just a few weeks ago. She died from cancer, and she was very young. She was younger than me. And before she passed away, and I know she had been fighting like hell for a few years, she started to give hints that the end was near. And I did reach out, and I did say my goodbye. I didn't say goodbye, but in my own way. And even though with the first two griefs, I didn't say goodbye, with this one I did, but still, when I received the news that she did finally pass away, I still felt a sadness, and I had these memories of when we first met, when we first got to hang out. All those memories started coming back. And then the fourth grief is different because nobody passed away. But it's different because it was a friendship. I wouldn't say it's a relationship, but it was with this lovely woman who we're great friends, and we had a strong friendship. And I'm the kind of person who doesn't like to get attached too much. I mean, I'm a friendly guy. However, like the way my mind works is people come and go. I mean, it's happened, and if someone leaves, they leave, and I've left so many times in friendships, relationships, not out of coldness, but because of life. And again, I was seeing that life was pulling this friendship in a different direction. And still, even though I'm used to those things, there was a connection with this person, and I felt it as we were growing distant, as we were drifting apart. There was no hatred, no ill will, no conflicts, but just life taking its course. and we do have our peace with each other. However, I still observe a grief. And so now I wonder, how do people process grief? How do you process grief? Because there are different forms. It can be a loved one who passes, it can be divorce, it can be a friendship, it can be a pet. And something that I saw myself doing because I'm observing this grief now that I've, experienced it, and I now that I can share with you a bit about my behavior, something I noticed was that I was more quiet, but also I spent more time writing in my journal. Again, I spent more time in silence. I didn't want to talk to anybody, and it was nobody's fault. I mean, it wasn't that I was trying to be a jerk to anybody, but during those periods of remembering these people who are now gone, or at least the first three, I needed to grieve in my own way. And the grief, I mean, it's not the same as when my father passed away. When he passed away, I didn't know what to do. And that grief actually developed into me being creative and helped me to make this podcast. Because before my father passed, I think I was doing mostly blogs. So I already had this creative side of me, but then when he passed, I found healing through podcasting, or I found it initially as a way to heal. But for you, the listener, if you're still here listening, my question is, how do you process grief? Do you do anything? Or do you let time pass by and allow time to heal if it is healing for you? Or do you do something? Do you do art? Do you read a book? Do you write? Do you travel? What is it that you do? Anyways, that's it for today. I am looking forward to having more episodes coming out about a variety of things. Some might be on cults, others on grief, other things may be on spirituality from different spiritual perspectives. And so stay tuned. And again, thank you so much for listening to me, Ryan Anthony Hernandez, your host here on the Truth to Heals podcast. Have a good day. Peace.